Have you ever heard of the time the world stood still, right in the heart of Paris? No, I'm not talking about a figure of speech. I mean a literal, baffling halt in the flow of time. It's a story that blurs the lines between history, physics, and sheer mystery. And it stars one of the most brilliant minds ever to live. Marie Curie. Our story begins in 1923. Paris is alive, the Roaring Twenties are in full swing, and the city is a whirlwind of art, innovation, and post-war energy. But in a quiet, dusty antique shop tucked away in the Marais district, a strange object appears. It's a mirror, ornate and ancient-looking, with a frame of burnished bronze covered in hieroglyphs that no one can quite decipher. The shopkeeper, Monsieur Dubois, kind of the Rie's relic. I know the is about the found a none and lot of file of saints. The first person to experience it is a young artist named Jean. Drawn to the mirror's strange beauty, he gazes into his reflection, but as he looks, the world around him freezes. The motes of dust in the sunbeams hang suspended in midair. The ticking of the grandfather clock in the corner falls silent. The hustle and bustle of the street outside is replaced by an eerie, absolute stillness. For Jean, it feels like an eternity, but when he finally tears his gaze away, only a second has passed in the real world. He stumbles out of the shop, pale and shaken, convinced he's gone mad. But he isn't the only one. Soon, whispers and rumors spread throughout Paris. They call it le miroir d'art, the halting mirror. People are both terrified and fascinated. Some dare each other to look into it, reporting the same bizarre experience. A personal pocket of frozen time, a silent, still world that exists only for the observer. The phenomenon becomes the talk of the town. A sensation that puzzles the police and enthralls the public. It's more than just a trick of the light. It's a genuine temporal anomaly. And when news of this impossible mirror reaches the ears of Marie Curie, her scientific curiosity is ignited. By 1923, Marie Curie is already a legend. A two-time Nobel laureate, she has fundamentally changed our understanding of the universe. Her life has been one of relentless discovery, isolating new elements like polonium and radium, and coining the very term radioactivity. Her work deals with the unseen forces that govern our world, the strange and powerful energy locked away inside atoms. So, when she hears about a mirror that seemingly stops time, she doesn't dismiss it as a hoax. Instead, she sees a scientific puzzle demanding to be solved. She wonders, could this be a new form of radiation? A physical phenomenon that we haven't yet discovered. Accompanied by her daughter, Irene, who is a formidable scientist in her own right, Marie Curie arrives at the antique shop. The air is thick with anticipation. She approaches the mirror, not with fear, but with the calm, analytical gaze of a seasoned physicist. She notes the strange, faint shimmer on its surface, almost like heat haze. She observes the intricate Egyptian carvings on the frame, recognizing symbols related to the sun god Ra and the concept of eternity. Her mind is already racing, connecting dots that no one else can see. Curie brings with her a device of her own invention, a highly sensitive electrometer, designed to detect faint electrical charges and ionization in the air, the telltale signs of radioactivity. As she brings the instrument closer to the mirror, the needle jumps wildly. It's registering a level of radiation unlike anything she's ever seen before. It isn't radium, it isn't polonium. It's something entirely new, something alien. The radiation from the rhythmique steady. This is where her hypothesis begins to take shape. The hieroglyphs, the strange radiation, it all points to one incredible possibility. She theorizes that the mirror isn't made of ordinary glass and bronze. She believes the reflective surface is coated with a thin layer of a naturally occurring, but extremely rare, radioactive isotope, one that was perhaps mined in ancient Egypt and mistaken for a precious metal. This unknown element, she speculates, doesn't just decay by emitting particles like alpha and beta. Instead, it emits a unique form of radiation that directly interacts with the human brain's perception of time. Her theory is radical, bordering on science fiction. She proposes that when a person looks into the mirror, the focused radiation disrupts the specific neural pathways responsible for processing temporal information. Essentially, it overloads the brain's internal clock, creating the subjective experience of time standing still. The world isn't actually freezing. Rather, the observer's perception of its passage is momentarily suspended. It's a localized, biological effect, not a universal, physical one. This explains why the rest of the world continues on and why the effect only lasts as long as you're staring into the mirror. To test this, she devises a clever experiment. She can't risk looking into the mirror herself for an extended period, knowing the dangers of unknown radiation. So, she sets up a series of photographic plates around the mirror, the same kind she used to discover the rays of uranium. She also positions a shielded clock with a rapidly moving second hand directly in front of the mirror, filming it with a cinema camera from a safe distance. The idea is to see if the mirror-S effect is purely perceptual or if it can physically alter the flow of time for an inanimate object. After several hours of exposure, the results are astounding. The photographic plates are fogged, confirming the presence of a powerful, unknown form of radiation. But the film of the clock shows it ticking away at a perfectly normal rate. Time for the clock had not stopped. This confirms her hypothesis. The mirror's effect is not on time itself, but on the biological consciousness of the observer. It's a phenomenon of physics intersecting with neuroscience, a concept decades ahead of its time. The story of the halting Mirror of Paris became a strange footnote in the annals of science, a mystery whispered about in hushed tones. The French government, alerted by Curie, quietly confiscated the mirror. They recognized the potential danger of an object that emitted such powerful and unknown radiation. Where did it go? Some say it's locked away in a lead-lined vault deep beneath Paris, a classified secret. Others believe it was returned to Egypt, buried once more in the desert, sands from whence it came. For Marie Curie, the mirror was a final, tantalizing puzzle in a life filled with them. It reinforced her belief that the universe was filled with wonders and energies we were only just beginning to comprehend. Her investigation into the mirror was a perfect testament to her character. Fearless, brilliant, and always pushing the boundaries of the known world. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest discoveries aren't found in a laboratory, but in the most unexpected of places, like a dusty antique shop in 1920s Paris. This tale, while a blend of fact and fiction, captures the spirit of an era where science was venturing into truly uncharted territory. It makes you wonder what other mysteries are out there, waiting for a mind brilliant enough to see the connections. What other secrets are locked away in ancient artifacts, hidden in plain sight? Thanks for joining me on this journey into a forgotten chapter of history. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more dives into the unknown. Until next time, stay curious.